is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Sports Rage Game Day continues. Sirius XM Channel 159. Cam Stewart will rejoin us. Shout out to everybody joining us on Sports Grid On Demand on YouTube right now. I see G. Martinez in the house. Got a laugh out of Cam Stewart saying, I just love gambling. We're getting Cam's train of thought here out loud. I ask him about, what do you think of this game right now? You know what? We did great with the Islanders game last night. I'm like, yeah, that was 22 bets ago, Cam. You know what I mean? It's Cam, about the golf picks. What about the pick tonight? I tell him, what about now? He goes, sorry, I just love gambling. So there was the line of the night from Cam Stewart tonight. That was his contribution. He loves gambling. Mick Aussie likes to punt. You don't call it punt in Australia, do you? That's what they call it in England, right? The punters, the betters.
They
use that term in Australia too, punters.
Yeah. More for horse racing, though. Yes, it's used for horse racing, absolutely. But yeah, they're big bettors in Australia, big gamblers, as you know. I'm actually shocked, but yeah, a lot of betting, and they advertise on the games more than here as well.
Yeah. No, the AFL has embraced gambling for years. They've had the previews, the point spreads, even on their website, and no, they're not dumb. They're not dumb. All right, so your Denver Broncos, Mick, it's really falling into place tonight for them. Listen, the Saints are terrible. Half their team isn't playing tonight. They have a quarterback playing in the second game. They basically have practice roster wide receivers starting tonight, and the Broncos are taking advantage of it. But a win is a win, Mick.
Yeah, look, I wasn't that confident going in, but then I heard so many injuries to the Saints, and one of my favourite analysts, he picked the Broncos big. So I was actually surprised. But yeah, our O-line is playing well, but great to see Devontae Williams playing well again, and I know you got him on the first touchdown of the game. He's had 2 touchdowns, and McLaughlin, the other running back, so we're looking good, mate. But after last week, I didn't have much confidence at all. So well done to the Broncos. Not over yet, though.
I don't know. Denver showed an ability. They're not bad on the road, actually. The NFL is weird, Mick. I bought into Denver at the last minute because I'm like, man, Sean Payton's not losing this game to Dennis Allen. All the injuries. It's just too much. Bo Nix has done a nice job running the football tonight, but throwing the football is still a big-time challenge for the Broncos offense. But you know what, Mick? Who would have thought right after a couple of weeks this year into the season that the Broncos would be 4-3 after tonight?
Yeah, pretty amazing. But what about just before halftime, the Honey Badger, Tyrone Williams, dropped a terrible catch. Should have been a big interception. So bad throw by Bo Nix. And then not long after, Mims dropped a sitter as well. So a couple of bad drops there, but well done to the Broncos. We've got a lot of young wide receivers. Sutton is the main one, of course, but we'll do okay. Hopefully we might get a wild card. That'd be the best, though, wouldn't it?
Mick's talking wild card playoff spot for the Denver Broncos now. No, nobody saw this one coming. So the Broncos are punting from you like that at this. We're going to get the odds. They won't have the odds up because they're playing right now, but Broncos to make the playoffs.
They get nowhere with Bo Nix, Gabe. Bo Nix is done. He's dead. He's dead to me.
Hey, Matthias, stop laughing.
Bo Nix has done pretty well for you tonight, Matthias, all things considering. Dude, the guy's thrown for 164 yards. He's rushed for 75. I know he hasn't thrown the touchdown pass, but he's still, you're playing him in fantasy football. And that's on you, too. You should blame yourself. You're like someone, Matthias, that buys bad fentanyl, does fentanyl on the street, and then dies and blames the dealer. You take Bo Nix, bro. You did it to yourself. You know what I mean?
That's a promo right there.
Yeah, you bought the drug yourself. You got to own it now. But all kidding aside, let me see. I'm going to tell you how many fantasy points he's got now. He's doing pretty well, actually. Not bad. He's got 13.
He's got
it's not a
14.
complete disaster. Yeah, I see 13. Yeah, okay. So,
You know why it's a disaster, Gabe? Because he would have scored a touchdown if he didn't trip over his own feet. And then Javonte Williams got in the end zone instead. I'm still salty about that. The kid was gone, and he tripped over his feet, Gabe.
No, there's been
he
two
tripped over his
shots.
feet.
Yeah,
Gutless.
Bo Nix. Bo Nix stumbled on the yard on the line on the field. Probably could have ran it in for a touchdown, and he also arguably missed a touchdown pass earlier in the game, too, when he one-hopped it to the wide-open receiver at the 2-yard line. But, hey, it's 26-3 right now. I need 3 more points in this game. That's what I need, Mick. I got a teaser over 30 points, and we're stuck at 29 right now.
Oh, wow.
Brutal.
Hey, you're talking about fentanyl? Gabe, I was given fentanyl the other week. I couldn't believe it. Serious.
What'd you say? They gave you fentanyl when you were in the hospital?
Yeah, I was in the hospital. They knocked me out, right? Put me under. And then I wake up and I read the report and they gave me fentanyl. I wasn't happy, mate. Made me feel really weird for a couple of days, mate. Yeah, serious. Fentanyl
You were
they
whacked
gave
out
me.
even a couple of days later, huh?
Yeah.
That fentanyl's always been used for to knock people out, pain, and to knock people out in hospital settings. A bunch of wackos think they should do it that's what killed Michael Jackson. Like a grain thing like the size of one piece of salt can kill you with that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either, Mick. You figured it'd be other things, right? Who knows, man? You're not gonna get hooked on this stuff.
No, I slept all day and night. It made me feel didn't get me high or nothing, just made me feel weird, you know?
You got a bunch of promos right there. All right, so 7-2 for the Dodgers. They're looking for more still right now. In-game total is 11 and a half. So, yeah, unbelievable. Guys, the NFL standings, I know it's still early in the season, but it is and it isn't. We're moving in. In the old days, it'd be like we're nearly at the halfway point. 16 used to be that cutoff, right? We played 8 games. Right now, a little bit different with that, but still, 4-3 would be pretty impressive for the Denver Broncos. All right, we'll get Mick's picks on the other side. The Chargers are playing on Monday Night Football. We got a doubleheader on Monday night. The Buccaneers and the Ravens, and the Chargers and the Cardinals. Pretty cool games, actually.
Now you've done it. You found the advantage for gaming, odds, and more. But we call it...
This is Sports Rage Game Day, Sirius XM Channel 159. SportsGrid On Demand on YouTube. We're kicking it with Mick Aussie, who's in a good mood tonight because his Denver Broncos are rolling right now. They're about to improve to 4-3. The Chiefs are 5-0. They play the San Francisco 49ers this week. The Chargers are 3-2, and they're playing Arizona. And for the record, I like Arizona in that football game. And don't look now, but Mick, you know who the Denver Broncos play next week? The Carolina Panthers in Denver. So it's the Panthers at Denver. You got a chance to be 5-3. You don't want to look ahead because teams like the Broncos could win and then lose, etc. But it's a winnable game for them. Then they go to Baltimore. That's not a winnable game. It's going to be a problem for you. Then you go to Kansas City. Oh, how about this? It's Matthias's Falcons at the Broncos, November the 17th. Broncos at Raiders, Browns at Broncos, Colts Broncos, Broncos Chargers, Broncos Bengals, Chiefs Broncos. Damn. Yeah, the Broncos schedule gets pretty hard, Mick, actually, after the Carolina game.
Wow. When you got Kansas City Chiefs in your division, no wonder, eh?
Twice.
Yeah, they're rolling nicely, aren't they?
Yeah. You got to deal with these guys twice. It's not easy. So I'd sort of slow down on the Broncos to the playoffs. But hey, let's take it a week at a time. What are your picks this week, Mick? Who do you like? San Francisco and KC's a big game. Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, and Houston, and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jets playing on Sunday Night Football. I don't know what the hell the Mike Tallman is thinking going to Russell Wilson here. Justin Fields been playing good football. Big mistake. Stupid move in my opinion. But what are your picks for the games?
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I hope the Jets destroy them. I can't stand the Steelers, and I can't stand Russell Wilson. So I'm with you. They should have kept Fields in there. But really interesting games. I like the money line multis again because some people went 14-0 last week in the money line. So it was a good week to start doing that. And your Bills got me the 9-team money line multi. Now
Nice.
my best bet. Yeah, I think the Falcons are going along really nicely. I like them to cover. I think the Lions will beat the Vikings. Good game, but the Lions are just on fire and a better team. I like the Packers to win and cover. The Texans need a big on-the-road win before I can take them really serious. I like the Jags to win over there in Pommyland. Patriots are terrible. Jags hopefully bounce back. And I actually like the Chargers, mate. You said the Cardinals, but I don't know, Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. I think the Chargers might get that one done.
It's a big game for the Chargers, especially with Denver winning tonight. You talk about battling for a playoff spot, right? You know, the Denver are in the mix, all kidding aside. Their schedule is tough, but Arizona are an up-and-down team, and when they're on, they're very tough, right? They're sort of better on the road, Arizona, at times when they're getting points, but I think in this spot they can come through. I think the Chargers could have a hard time keeping up with Arizona if Arizona scores early and their offense starts clicking. What do you think? Baltimore and Tampa is the big one on Monday night too. We got a doubleheader.
Oh, mate, I'd love to see the Bucs win, but I can't go against Baltimore. What a great signing, Derrick Henry, eh? I can't believe more teams didn't really go after him. He's an absolute beast, absolute superstar. What a player. He is on fire. I hope the Bucs get that done, but no, I got to stick with the Ravens, sadly, I think.
The Denver Broncos fumbled the football, so we got a puncher's chance here at getting points. The problem is we would have been better off with Denver. Denver would have kicked a field goal. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to kick a field goal down 26-3, so it's touchdown or bust right now for our teaser, which is incredibly frustrating. All I need is over 30 points, and we're stuck at 29. They're playing dink and dunk. They're having a hard time. Rattler's picked up, he's completed 2 passes, and they've actually lost yards somehow. So, you know what? The Broncos will probably get the ball back in about 30 seconds here, to be honest. Mick, the CFL season is winding down right now. I already have tickets to the Grey Cup. I'm kind of disappointed, and I don't think it's going to be the BC Lions, man. Right, they made the playoffs, but they'd have to go to Saskatchewan and win, and then go to Winnipeg the following week and win. That's a tall ask. It looks like Winnipeg's going to be in the Grey Cup, Mick. And I don't know, is it going to be Montreal or Toronto? That's the question on the other side now.
Well, how's your form? You called it Monday night, put Vernon Adams in. The next night on the news, I see Campbell has put him in. So maybe the BC Lions can get a win with Vernon Adams back in.
Yeah, maybe they get a spark, actually. You're right. Thanks, Mick. Congratulations on the Broncos.
Get SportsGrid on the radio, TV, our mobile.